Good morning. Well, okay, it's a pretty good morning. It's kind of gray and cloudy around here, but other than that, yeah. I'm waiting on Catherine. We'll see if she jumps on here with me. We're talking about some fun stuff. Oh, there she is right there. Allowed her. I'm definitely not in the office. But Catherine
Morning.
is. There she is. I was just saying I'm not in the office, but Catherine is. There you are.
Yep.
So I'm en route, and what are we going to talk about today, Catherine? What are we going over?
Meal prep.
Meal prep. Everything prep. I mean, seriously, like, I don't know about you, Catherine. We're going to go over meal prep today because I got you got some great, I know some tidbits you want to share with some people. Um, what about just prepping for the day? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I set my clothes out the day before, especially for my workout. I'll set that out right by the side of my bed. So there's no, like, it's ready. Like, these are routines that we're jumping into.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we talk about these meal prepping, you're doing stuff. I mean, everybody's probably doing some sort of prepping on their end, on your end. Uh, but it does take time and effort to do it. However, it could be getting ready for the workout. It could be getting ready for work. It could be, a job or something you're working on for the next day that you want to get out, get set up, maybe work on a little bit in the morning, maybe journaling in the morning, maybe, some reading the Bible a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
whatever your, like, these routines are kind of like meal prepping.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all in line with preparing you so that you don't get derailed and then not into good health. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
does that all make kind of sense how that goes together?
Yeah.
Now, I will make a perfect example about what happened this morning because I am going to show you here. I'm going to take my phone here. I mean, you can see prepped, ready to go. In fact, there's the salad stuff right there we got for today, right? Got everything in there. And I got my juice stuff in there too. So planned, prepped, ready to go. And yeah, get on the road. And then, yes, there was an accident. Went from getting to the office by like 20 after 8 to now, yeah, it was 45 after. I'm like, I better call Catherine. Let her know I'm not going to make it on time. But even though we plan and prep, perfect example, we can still adapt to this. Does that make sense,
Mm-hmm.
Catherine? So just because we prep or plan something and not to be discouraged, run down, beat up, not to, oh my gosh, now it's ruined. There's no more, lose all hope. It's similar to what people do if they break their diet.
Yeah.
They're like, it's Christmas, so all month long, I'm just going to let it go.
Yeah.
Instead, what do? We snuck in a fast the other day, right? Where, we kind of like, there are things you can do if you plan and prep through it. I just talked to a lady. We had a lady in for nutrition just yesterday. Oh, there's no way I can do this. There's no way I can do that. I said, 2 days, even 24-hour cleanses, even just something to get your body moving, just to give your body a break and to plan that in. Maybe it's a Wednesday. We always do Monday. I love Monday because Monday's what for us, Catherine?
Busy.
Yeah, we're running around. So, and in our office, I'm running upstairs, downstairs now, all over the place. So it's always busy. And so Monday's a great day to go, oops, I didn't eat today. Right. But maybe just do the greens, the greens challenge like we're talking about, just to get some nutrients in so you're not just like, running on empty. So these are things that show up that we can't really deal with. So I'm going to turn this over to you, Catherine, because I want to kind of like, I think we've kind of gotten the idea home that it's okay if you're not perfect all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But getting back into a routine, planning something, setting something up, a weekend, a few days in the week. We can't control all the Christmas parties that Catherine's going to go to because she's very popular. So we know that she's going to be, out entertaining. But those entertaining nights are the nights you let your hair down. Fine. But get back on track the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Just really trying to reboot and give that body a chance. Trust me, the body is very resilient. From the amount of people we see in our office that bounce back from so many autoimmune, so many like cancer, so many, like, there's so many things that people go through that they actually recover from, that it's really impressive. Isn't it, Catherine? I mean, it's really like awe-inspiring. Like you're like, wow, because we are literally in a toxic soup all day long, all the time. I mean, there really is no way around it in our environment, you know. And so what we do to plan and prep this can kind of really shape the physiology and the health of our body. So,
Hmm.
Catherine, let's go off on a couple things here, hon. Let's let you go ahead and roll
You
with this.
are a little frozen right now, but I can still hear you fine, so I guess
Oh,
we're all good.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so we wanted to talk about meal prep today. So that's today's video, which I feel like times up well with the live today, because even though we've talked about meal planning, meal prepping a good bit, I feel like it's really especially important this time of year, because we're all so busy between all of the holiday parties, events, and
Yeah.
people, have to run errands, get their shopping done,
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like a lot of times, like, we're really busy, and sometimes if we don't have anything prepped, then you're more tempted to just like pick up something, go out to eat, and kind of like what you were saying, like kind of like the all or nothing thinking, just kind of
Yeah.
going into like, oh, well, it's Christmas time,
Yeah. The whole month is
but
a
we don't want to
wash.
do that all month long. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just kind of wanted to reiterate like the importance of prepping when you do have time. So one thing I like to do is like Sundays, if I'm in town and I don't have a lot going on, like especially during this time of year, like when it's a little colder out, like maybe I'll make a big batch of soup or chili, because those things can be eaten on for a few days. They
Yeah.
make really good lunches if you don't have a lunch available. And so that's like a really good thing that you can prep ahead of time.
And they're
So
simple,
that's
right?
what.
And they're simple. You just got to make sure you schedule that time. Just put it together. A lot of this stuff, soups and chilies, you can put in a crock pot. Let
Yep.
that just kind of hang out, right? That's a
Yeah.
great way to kind of put that together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and even chili, like you don't have to do a ton of prep. You're throwing in beans and meat, and maybe chopping up some onions, pepper, but not too much prep. And then it can just sit in a pot for a few hours while you do other things and get other stuff done, so it doesn't take too much of your time. But then I also like doing like a big batch of roasted vegetables. Like this time of year, it's really good, like root vegetables, and you can throw in some like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower. I like doing sweet potatoes, maybe some kind of squash, like butternut squash, and just throw in carrots, whatever you have on hand, just kind of like throwing in a big batch, and having that on hand. You can kind of mix and match. You can throw it on salads. You can have it with some different kind of protein sources
Right.
that you have. So you can kind of like mix and match and use it whenever you need.
Hey, Catherine, give me an idea. How do you prepare that? What do you do? Throw what on it? You put it on a flat pan, throw it in the bake it. What do you do? What do you put? What do you add to it? Go ahead.
Yeah, I put avocado oil, and then I usually do like salt, pepper,
Yep.
maybe some garlic powder, maybe a little paprika,
Yep.
maybe a little onion powder.
Yeah.
Um,
Perfect.
yeah.
I just want people to get that. I mean, that's so simple, right? All you got to do, the toughest part is dicing it all up, getting it ready.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, then just lay it out there, set it in there. We'll do a big tray of it, and then we've got that for it pretty much lasts all week.
Mm-hmm.
And you just kind of can just eat off of it. And I love it. You just add one protein source with it. So anyway, keep going.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And then the same thing, if I just roasted at like 375, 400 for like 30, 40 minutes. And then I did it the other day, like while I was cleaning up the kitchen. So I was unloading the dishes. You can get other stuff done while it's just sitting in the oven. So,
Wow, what a
just
lucky
taking
guy.
that time.
Drew, what a lucky guy. I mean, really.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
takes a little time to get the chopping done. But, once you take that 20 minutes to get that done and put it in the oven, you'll thank yourself the rest of the week. So, and then I just wanted to mention, if you don't have time to like prep, or you didn't get around to prepping, like I always like to have on hand things that can be prepared quickly. So, if you're running around running errands and you get home and it's late and you're like, oh no, I don't have anything prepared for dinner, having things on hand that you can like easily throw together in a meal, so that you don't have to resort to, eating out and
Snacking
or yeah,
snacking on stuff that may not
yeah,
be the best for
yeah,
you, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
so some things I like to have on hand is like some kind of frozen meatballs or some chicken sausage. We like that for lunches too on a salad. But that's like a really easy protein source because it's already pre-cooked, so you just kind of have to heat it up so it
Right.
doesn't take too long. And then I like doing like chickpea or lentil pasta. It doesn't take very long to cook and it's got protein, fiber in it. So even if you don't have like another protein source, like you could just have that as your protein.
100%.
Um, and then, have some sauce with it. Frozen veggies, I like keeping on hand if I need something quick. Um, and then eggs are really great too. Easy protein.
I was just gonna say breakfast for dinner is always a bonus, right? It's not
Yep.
that big a deal.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I love that too. It's awesome. Yeah. Well, excellent. I mean, I think that this is, I mean, it's valid. It's valid information that we need, valuable information that we need right now because we are getting into that busy time. And the idea behind that, you just don't want your health to slip too far. And if you're dealing with a condition right now, you have some sort of autoimmune or digestive or whatever, you can't afford to just go, whatever for a month. I mean, it's just kind of set you back. And so with all the hard work and effort that you put in, you want to kind of have a couple of things. And this is where the resources of the program, things like that, just looking back and just kind of getting that stuff so that you have some ideas, information, so you're ready to kind of keep going and keep on the
Mm-hmm.
path. I mean, this is it. You got to keep working on what you can. You can't slow down. It's always 1% better. And even if you do something that's not great, just try to, counterbalance it with something that's really good, right? Make sure we get all our vitamins in, get our nutrients in, make sure we're taking care of ourselves, things like that. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah.
And another thing that I like to do, it's not, my husband's favorite, but I'll even do like a smoothie for dinner. We don't
Mm.
really have anything, or like smoothie if you don't have anything to go with your eggs, like just throw together a little smoothie. You can
I
throw
can
in
see.
some frozen veggies, some berries,
Yeah.
you know, flaxseed.
Yeah, I can see Drew going, really? This is dinner?
Yeah, he's not a fan,
No,
but
no, and Claire does a great job too. Like she'll cook some things together, or I'll just go, I'm done. I'm not going to eat tonight. I'll just be like, all right, you know what? It's late. I did this. I'm feeling good. I'm going to do a couple more things before I go to bed and I'm out. Then I'll just knock it out and I'll go in the morning. And that'll start my fast a little bit
Mhm.
anyway, just a little bit longer. It's guys, remember, we're better at adapting to less food than excessive food. Know that, so that if you go out on a Friday or Saturday and you let your hair down a little bit. Well, okay. I can't let much of it down anymore. It's coming out. But if you let your hair down a little bit and you have some fun with it, maybe the next day you kind of reboot a little bit. Maybe you do kind of just kind of I'm going to fast. I'll drink some water with lemon. I'll just kind of pay attention to what I'm putting in.
Mhm.
It's a reboot, guys. Give that body a break. Remember, it takes a ton of energy to digest food, and especially if we throw in alcohol or we throw in higher carbohydrates, or your bodies have to take that energy, expel that energy to use all to deal with that. Giving that body a break the next day. You may be hungry,
Mhm.
but remember that hunger doesn't last all day long, and if you stay busy, you can kind of work through
Mhm.
it pretty quickly. So
And usually, like if you're going out to eat, you're having a big meal, maybe it's later at
yeah,
night. You're usually not even going to be like as hungry as you normally would the next morning, at
right,
least. So,
yeah. Yeah, it should be easy, right? So, and just listen to your body signals. I think it's awesome. So, yeah, I think we tied in, prepping into a bunch of different ideas today. But meal prepping obviously is very important, especially this time of the year, like we said, Catherine. But don't beat yourself up, guys. So much of the mental of who you are is kind of what's going on mentally. Don't beat yourself up. A lot of good self-talk, a lot of good, I am a person, I am this, I am that. Just really stay focused on what you're doing and really stay focused on the fact that this is a great time of the year for vacation and time to spend with family, even though sometimes some of your family may not be great to hang out with, but not in Catherine's. But
yeah.
like, what I mean, but still know that that's the idea. Really, it's all around that family, that gathering, that time we get to spend with people. Really enjoy it. I mean, time goes away so fast, and that's the one thing we don't get back. So enjoy that. Maybe do the best you can with the prepping and planning. And Kathy, you have anything else we need to add before we wrap this up?
Yeah, I wanted to mention we have a Zoom next Tuesday, and then we're going to do another Facebook Live next Wednesday because the following Wednesday is Christmas, so we will not be
Oh,
live.
I may do a live on Christmas. Yes, come right into your home on Christmas. Here we go. No, I don't know. But yeah, good, excellent. So we're gonna do that next week, Tuesday
Mhm.
and Wednesday.
Wednesday.
So we'll pull,
Yep.
and that'll be interesting to see what we're doing on Wednesday. I'll look forward to seeing you here. I'm gonna be coming to the office here pretty quick. The traffic has died down. The sun's starting to come out. Starting to look pretty nice around here, so it's good. So I'll see you in the office
Good.
shortly.
Okay.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Keep 1% better. That's what we're trying to work on. Just keep driving, striving to be better. Claire would be on with us right now watching, but she is actually riding her bike probably. So, Claire, thanks for participating and hanging out with us. And we'll see you guys again next week.